Hi guys, today we are going to give an example and explanation about the classes and objects in Java. Actually, this is the syllabus for the BCA second year students and BCA second years and BSc final year students. And today, one of the important topic in the Java, classes and objects. We know the Java is one of the object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language. Right? Here only we have the meaning. It is related to objects. It is related to objects. In our human language, what's the mean by object? It is nothing but the real-time entity. For example, an object is the car. The car having the attributes and methods. It having the attributes and method. What is the mean by attribute about the car? Which one is describes about the car? For example, car color and then date of manufacturing and the cost of the car. These all are under the attribute. Come to the point of the methods. Here, the method is nothing but driving and then brake. Means which work is done by this object is called the method. Okay. Now what I gave the example, the car is an object. The object having the attributes and the methods. Attributes means the car color and then date of manufacturing, cost and what it describes about the car. And then method is nothing but the function of the object. The function of the object. Now come to the point of the object-oriented programming language. In that classes and objects, I am going to explain. First, how to create the class. How to create the class. Now we are going to explain about the class. What is the mean by class? This collection of objects is called the class. What is the object? Just now I said the object having the attributes and the methods. Here the class is nothing but it is the collection of objects. Now how we create the class in the Java? By using the class keyword. We create the class. Let us see how we create the class. First, what is the keyword we are using to define a class? The keyword is the class. And now you can take any name of the class. For example, I want to create the class name is the main. Okay. Here, the main is the class. By using the which keyword? Class keyword. And here you have to learn one more thing. When we are defining this class, we have to define with the access specifier. I hope we are having the access specifiers are the private, public, protect. Here we are using the access specifier private. Now the access private class main. Now what's the class name? Main. And you have to remember when we are defining the class name, the first letter must include in the capital letter. And open the braces. And here whatever you want to define those methods and attributes. For example, here I took the one variable that is the x and assigned with the value of the 5. Now, this is an example to create the class. How I created this class? By using the private access specifier and class is the keyword, main is the name of the class. In the class name, the first letter must and should it can be in the capital letter. and open the braces, int x is equal to 5. I hope we know what's the mean by x. X is the variable. It is in which data type? Integer data type. Now in this example, the x is called the attribute of the main class. And what is the value of the x? 5. This is how to create the class. And come to the point of the objects. Simply, the class is the blueprint of the object. Class is the blueprint of the object. When we create the class main, it cannot give the space, memory space to the attribute. Because of that, we need to create the object for every class. For example, how to create the object for this class? By using the class name. What's the class name there? Main. By using the class name. Main. And then what is the object name? For example, the object name is the myObj. Is equal to, here we are using the new keyword, new. And then what is the class name? The class method also we can define here to create the object. Now I created an object to which class? Main class. How I created? By using the class name. What's the class name? Main is the class name. Main. And then what is the object name here? My object is equal to using the keyword new. And then main, it is the method. Simply you can call it is the constructor. By default, constructor. And here, what is the use of my obj? Let us see. By using the my obj, I call the class member. I call the class member. What is the class member here? X. How can I call that X? By using the object. What is the object name here? My obj. My obj dot x. Means whenever you need to write the x, you have to write by using the object name. What's the object name? My obj. My obj. And then which operator we are using? Dot operator we are using. By using this dot operator, we can call the x. This is about the class, how to create the class, and then how to create the object. How we call the class members by using the object name. Okay, let us come to the example program. Let us see this example here. That same thing, public, class, main. This is the creation of class. By using the which access specifier? Public access specifier. And the keyword class, and then main is the name of the class. In this class, what is the variable and what is the attribute we created? X. X is equal to 5. Now, if we want to call this X attribute, we have to create an object. I hope all of you know how to create the object. In this line, let us see. By using the main is the class name, and then what is the object name? I choose my obj is equal to the keyword using the new, we create the object, new keyword, and then this is the class method. And now we created one object with the name of the my obj. And let us see how we call the x. X is the attribute of the main class, right? Here we call that x by using the object name. What is the object name? My obj. Let us see here, my obj dot x. And what I use to print this x, system dot out dot println my obj dot x. Now this x we call by using the object. Here the main theme is create the class and create the object. After creating the class and the object, how can we call the attributes? By using the object name. That's it. And see here, this is the overall program. Next. Our next concept is method overloading. It is also one of the very, very important topic in the Java programming. Let us see. Method overloading. What's the mean by method? The method is nothing but it is a function as like in the C language. What's the mean by function overloading in C? If we write with the same name of the function name we create more than one functions, that is called the function overloading. In the Java also we are having the topic is the method overloading. Let us see. With method overloading, multiple methods can have the same name with different parameters. What are they said? Multiple methods can have the same name with different parameters. Let us see. For example, I said to a person, add the two numbers. Add the two numbers. What I said, add. Add means somebody can add the floating values, somebody can add the integer values, right? But what is the same word to call add? Let us see here, how many functions are there? Two functions. What are those two names? Add and then add. That's it, right? Here, the multiple methods. What are the multiple methods? Just now I gave add. In one add method, we do the two integer values addition. In another add, we do the two float values addition. Let us see here in this example, get your own Java int my method int x, float my method float x. Let us see here, the int is the data type, return type of data type. My method is the function name or method name. I create the my method with the same name, another method also with the same name. See here, but the parameters are different here. What are the parameters in the first my method? Int x. What is the next parameter in this my method? Float x. Now these two lines are called the method overloaded. Why? Because what they given the definition, multiple methods can have the same name. Yes, multiple methods having the same name. What is the same name? My method and then my method. Yes, done. And with the different parameters. What are the different parameters here? One parameter is the x and another parameter is also x. But what is the difference in between? The x, it is in the which data type? Integer. And then this is x is in which data type? Float data type. Because of that, this is having the method overloading. Let us see. Double my method double x comma double y. This is also called the method overloading. What is the difference in between? In the first one, the parameters also same name, but the data type, parameter data type is different. In the next one, the return type is the double, and also you observe here, in these two, how many parameters are there? In this one parameter, in this also one parameter. But in this my method, how many parameters are there? Two parameters are there. What are those two parameters? One is the x and another one is the y. But these two parameters in which data type? Double data type. Because of that, we taken the return data type as the double. Now what we understood? The definition of the method overloading. Simply we can say the method overloading is nothing but multiple methods with the same name and it having the different parameters. Those parameters also maybe it is in the difference of the data type or the number of parameters. Data types are number of parameters. Let us see. Consider the following example which has two methods that add numbers of different type. Here they taken one example. That example is, consider the following example. Static int plus method int x comma int y. Open the braces, return x plus y. Now by using this I created a method. What is the method name here? Plus method int. And what I done by using this method? I done the x plus y by using the two parameters x, y in the integer. Let us see. Static double plus method double x comma double y. Here it is the one method and another method is this one. And when you observed, what is the method name here? Plus method. And here also what is the method name? Plus method double. What is the difference now? Here it is in the integer, here it is in the double. Return x plus y. Okay. See here, public static void main. This is the main program, right? In this main program, I define the my number 1 variable and my number 2 variable. By using this one, I given the values 8 into the x and then 5 into the y. And what about the next method? The method double x and then double y. Means we have to enter the values into the x, into the y. And those values on the double. Let us see here. What are the values of 4.3 and then 6.26? Now what are the values of second method, ma? 4.3 and 6.26. Let us see here how we print the my number 1 and then my number 2. Let us see. System.out.println int plus my number 1 double plus my number 2. Let us see here. Instead of defining two methods that should do the same thing, it is better to overload one. Let us see here why I gave this example. Here I done the two methods. One method is the plus method int and another method is the plus method double. For example, do you want to do one more addition by using one integer and one double? How can you choose the name of the method? It is very difficult sometimes. Because of that, they introduce the method overloading. In method overloading, you can write the same method name, but the different parameters you can make it. Let us see the same example by using the method overloading. See here. Static int. What is the method name here? Plus method. And what I am doing here? By using the parameters x and y, it is in the integer. Let us see this same place method, plus method. And what are the parameters here? Int x and int y. But here the double x and then double y. Now these two having the method overloading. How it will be? You observe the plus method, same names. And the parameters are different. What are the parameter difference here? The data type. Data type of the parameter is the different. Here the x data type is in integer. Here the x data type is in the double. Here y data type is in the integer. Y data type is in the double. Now this program is in the method overloading. Let us see here public static void main string args. My number is equal to plus method. Same values we given. The 8 and 5 and then 4.3, 6.26. Now we executed by using the system.out.println int plus my number 2. Now it prints the addition of 8 plus 5 and it prints the addition of 4.3 plus 6.26. Let us see here. And they given one note. Let us see. Multiple methods can have the same name as long as the number and or type of parameters are different. Yes. Here, how many number of parameters are there? 2. Here also 2 parameters. But what is the difference? The type of the parameter is different. Okay. I hope you understood about this method overloading.